We are live. We are live.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. We are doing it.
Fresh off a World Cup draw.
World
So
Cup,
exciting.
World Cup draw. We've had 3 game weeks since we last potted. Thanksgiving holiday break. A lot to catch up on. There definitely will be a World Cup, but I feel like maybe we just start with the fantasy.
Yeah. Get
All
right in
right.
there.
Our
Fantasy.
just a quick recap, since I said we would track this. Our predictions of the week, sponsored by DraftKings, not actually sponsored by DraftKings, but maybe one day. From our last pod, um, it lost. Spoiler alert! I guess you knew that if you listened. Tottenham did not win their match against Arsenal. Everton did beat Man United. Jai did not score. So any kind of combination of the parlay you might have bet on from our predictions did not win. Everton did win though, so I'd give myself slight amount of credit for predicting that one.
I don't know if it's you or it's me. You're cutting out a lot.
It's probably me. Is that better or worse or the same?
That's way better.
Okay. I moved the microphone a little bit closer to myself, so that might have
But I
been.
don't know if it was. I don't know if it was the mic. I don't know if it was the mic. I don't know if it was the connection. It was just like it was very choppy.
Okay. Well, we're still working at the kinks here at the Fantasy OO podcast. We're coming back, Schwartz. Hold on. How do I get back to this?
All the way back in.
There we go. All right. 1 second here. All right. We're still just working out the glitches. All right. I think we're fully back. Fully back?
Yeah, I hear you now. Now I hear you way cleaner than I did before. It was a little choppy.
All right. Well, we're back. It's my bad. We kind of knew that was coming. I felt like that was coming after you were ripping over 900 megabytes per second on your speed test, and I was struggling a touch over 400. So um, we'll get better. We'll get better. That's all I can say.
Or we could just start over. We could just cancel this out, re-rack it, start over right now. All things are on the table.
You know what? No one watches anyway, so we'll just full steam ahead. We'll just keep it going.
Press on.
We'll press
Yeah.
on. But,
Conceded early, but hey, long game.
yeah.
Get
Yeah.
back into it.
Like I said, we've had 3 game weeks since we last potted. We're just going to jump right in here. We've got some movement. I'd say some movement in the top 5. A new leader of the Fantasy OO. Julian Mintz is your new leader. He is on 861 points currently. He had a big free hit in game week 13, which actually vaulted him up to first place. And then Mr. Varus, James Varus, had a huge game week 14, but not quite enough to catch back up to Mintz. So Mintz is your leader as we head into game week 15. Varus had a disastrous game week 13. He was tied for bum of the week. He had 0 marks and only scored 20 points that week. I think Mintz had 74 that week or 73. So, 50-point swing between first and second there. Milady also only had 20 points in game week 13, so they were co-bums of the week. James also had a -9 Bruno to Eze transfer that week, but Team Eric Visser Don Army rebounded with a league high 95 points in game week 14 to get him back within a point of Mintz. So he's in second place at 860. He was your manager of the week. 37 points from his Crystal Palace triple defense. 14, 14, and 9, Richards, Munoz, and Gahey. So, he's not going down without a fight. He might not know that he has chips to use in the first half and that he can't roll them over to the second half because he has 5 chips left, I believe, and there's 5 weeks left until the halfway point. So he's got to use a chip every week. We'll find out in about 12 hours, 13 hours if he knows that's the rule or not, but we'll see.
His drunken master ways find his way back in. When I saw it was Gahey to Munoz, I almost threw up in my mouth. I was like what? What? How is it? Like I remember I had Munoz, he was fine. I dropped him. Ever since I dropped him, he's just killing, and it drives me nuts. At least Richards got DEFCON, and then he got an extra bonus at the very end there.
Yeah,
like somewhat salvaged. It's like every time I look at Richards, I'm like, you're just, and then like, cause like the Lacroix guy, that guy's he's a juggernaut when it comes to DEFCON and everything. Like, so Richards, I have Richards. He's the bottom of the rung when it comes to these defenders. Like, he's the least productive of all of them.
But he's American, so you got that going for you. And you're getting ahead of my crunch of the week. So let's.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll shut up. I saw that goal. I saw that. I didn't even see it. I just saw on the game cast, Gahey to Munoz. I just went, oh, I can't catch up at all. There's no gaining ground.
As a Gahey owner, I don't own Munoz. Munoz scores a goal, and then I end up matching him 14-14 for the week because Gahey gets the assist. Then Gahey somehow gets full bonus and DEFCON. Munoz with the goal, only 2 bonus and no DEFCON. So I was sweating it out because Gahey was on 9 for a while, and there was 5 minutes left in the game, and I was just like, oh, come on, you just got to get one more DEFCON, buddy. I need those 2 points. As we move down the table, third place, Sam Snead. He had some positive movement over the last 3 game weeks that we've missed. He had 78 this past week, and he's solidified himself in 3rd place. 846 points, only 15 behind Mintz. In 4th place, yours truly. I've had a big 3 weeks. A nice free hit in game week 13, 71 points in game week 14 to vault myself up into 4th place. 824 points, 37 points behind Team Mintz. I will say I do have both my triple captain and bench boost chips left to play in the first half. So being 37 points behind Mintz, I think he only has his first half wild card left. Everyone gets 5 transfers after this game week for the AFCON. So I feel like I kind of have my own little wild card come in. So I feel pretty good about where I'm at compared to Mintz, who's in 1st place through the first, the half of the season. Varus, if he actually uses his chips, obviously has an advantage because he's got his free hit, his bench boost, his triple captain, his wild card. He's got it all still to play. So,
yeah, but those chips could be absolutely useless. Just like when I used them and nothing happened.
Your bench boost was that. You had 12 on your bench, 12 or 13 on your bench boost, which is fine. That's
a bench boost. Yes, the bench boost. I got something.
Yeah.
Free hit. Nothing happened. Yeah. The entire team did nothing. I triple captained Holland. He did nothing. So it was so depressing.
City scored, I think, they scored 3 or 4 in that game, and he got nothing, which is crazy. Yeah.
And the next week he turns around and goes 2-1. Yeah. So I was like, great.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Great talk.
Moving down the table. Oh, and then the game was like a game of inches. Remember, Mintz's triple captain was on Holland. He had done nothing and scored 2 in stoppage time for Mintz to get 2 goals and full bonus on a triple after doing nothing for 90 minutes. So, yeah, it's these things. The chips can switch on a dime. Former champ Bowman is in 5th place. He has 812 points, so he's 12 points behind me. He had 64 points in game week 14. Neil fell to 6th place. He has 810, so just 2 behind Bowman. And Milady, he went from 2nd place all the way down to 7th since we last potted. So he has sunk a little bit. He has 806, so he's 60 or 55 behind
Yeah.
Leeds in 7th.
20 points in game week 13.
Yeah,
That's not
20.
that's
No
not going to
marks.
get it done.
20 points, no goals, no assists. I mean, like, you have to almost try to not get a mark. Tough. Other notables in game week 14 are Bum of the Week. It brings me immense joy to announce this. Adam Bergman. He scored 43, but also took a -4 for a net 39. He falls down 4 spots to 19th place. He's in the relegation zone. His week was so bad. He had net 39. Nobody else in our league scored less than 50, and only 2 people scored less than 60. So basically, he lost 20 plus points on the field this week. Tough week for Bergs. And that brings us into our transfers of the week. Vito, a master class of transfers this week. He's in 20th, but he is clawing at Bergman's heels. He went Tottenham Sar to Phil Foden for a +15, and then he went Mo Salah to Saka for a +5. I think he also made one other transfer. So he was net +21 on his transfers this week. That's how you work your
Some
way.
wizardry from Svans.
Yeah, he's working his way out of the basement. And then we've got, again, another Bum of the Week. Adam Bergman doubles down on his Bum of the Week award with the worst transfer in our league this year, going Rogers to Tavernier. Tavern never going to be on my team, that's for sure. -5 on that transfer and the hit that Bergman took on top of that. So basically -9 by subbing Rogers out for Tavernier. So just all in all, a bad week for Adam Bergman. One he's going to want to throw in the trash and forget. Just burn the tape. No reason to rehash this past game week if you're Bergman. That's not one you want to look at very often.
Jesse Tavernier, Gapko, Mo, Konsa, Ember, Doof.
Now, he's got guys on his team. I think he has 3 guys on his team that are 5% owned in our league, which means he's the only one that has them. Diouf, Tavernier, and Konsa. I think there's a reason nobody else owns them. So Bergman might want to reevaluate.
Well, as a fellow Mbumo owner, I mean,
Hey,
that guy.
I've got Bumo. It's coming. It's going to come good. Actually, it's not, because I think he has AFCON coming up, so he's going to get dumped.
Yes, yeah, he's about to leave.
Yeah.
He has been. I don't know if I just look at Bumo's numbers here, because as an owner, I think he's probably gotten 1 mark for me since I bought him. Yeah. The last 5 games, he's gone 2, 1. No. I scroll down. Did it glitch on? Yeah, okay. He's gone. Let's see. He's gone 2, 1, 1, 7, 2, 15. He had a run where he was 15, 9, 6. I think I probably picked him up game week 10, and from game week 10 he's gone 2, 7, 1, 1, 2.
I wonder when I'm going to do a quick check to see when I picked him up. I'm always like a Bumo.
What a
I've been a
dominant
Bumo
force.
guy. I've been a Bumo guy, so I don't know how long I've had him. Probably after the 15-point week, but let's just do a quick check of when did I bring him in. Dun, 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 dun. I brought Bumo in active, let's see, October 26th I brought him in, which was probably right after game week 10, or was it right before game week 10?
Transfer history. When did I bring in Bumo? When did I bring that bum in? Bumo. Where is he? I've had him this long. In Fernandez. Had him this long?
No, I think we brought him in the same week. We brought him in right
No,
after.
yeah, I bought him
the
game
15.
week 10.
Yeah, we both brought him in after the 15-pointer, and then he went.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
So after a 6, 9, 15, he's gone 2, 7, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. Yeah.
Look, he's gonna come do for us this. Maybe I might add him to my goal scorers this week, just because I feel like he owes us one. So I don't know. We'll see when we get to our DraftKings predictions of the week. We are at our next sponsored segment of the week, our Crunch of the Week, brought to you by Nestle. Some people, not me necessarily, some people say Nestle Crunch Bar is the best chocolate bar in the game. Many people, a lot of people saying that, but we are here for the Crunch of the Week. I have two stats for us this week. The first one's a bit of a game. You know one of these answers. It is a DEF CON game. I have the top 5 defenders by DEF CON and the number of times they've received the DEF CON bonus this year. Can you name the 5 guys that you think are in the top 5 of overall defensive contributions this year? You've got one. You know one for sure. You already named him.
Top 5 guys for DEF CON.
Yeah. Total contributions, not points scored from DEF CON. Those numbers differ.
Oh yeah, Lacroix. I feel like that guy gets he shits
Yep.
DEF CON points.
Lacroix is number 2 on the list. He has 151 DEF CONs this year. He has gotten the DEF CON bonus in 8 out of 14 matches, but 6 of his last 9, so he's kind of picked it up a bit.
I want to say Senesi was in I want to say Senesi was in there for a while.
Senesi is.
He hasn't done jack shit lately, but he started the year like so hot. I want to say he's in there.
Senesi's your first place. Most DEF CONs in the league, 160. 10 times he's gotten the bonus. He started off the year, his first 6 matches, he had 10 plus DEF CONs in all 6 of those games. He's only got 4 out of 7 since, and then he didn't play this last week, so 4 out of 8, but he was suspended for one of those games. But, yeah.
He's been the juggernaut. I want to say Virgil is always getting DEF CON.
Yeah.
Even though they're just so bad, he doesn't get shutouts. He always gets 2 DEF CON points every single time.
Virgil's third, 149 DEF CON, so only 2 behind Lacroix, and 8 out of 14 matches he has gotten the bonus. So same as Lacroix.
Then from there, I don't know. Probably I'm thinking like, I feel like Anderson from Fulham is in and around there.
So interesting Anderson fact here. He is 7th overall in DEF CON with 140, but he is 2nd in the number of times he's hit the threshold. So he's got 9 like DEF CON bonus points this year. He's at 18 points from DEF CON, but is only 7th overall. But he is 2nd most DEF CON points this year for fantasy.
Yeah. You can get like 18. 18 doesn't mean anything. It's the same as the 10 you get as a defender.
Yeah, the next 2, I don't know if you'll get. The last 2.
I think the last guy I would probably guess is like somebody from Everton, like a not Keane. What's his face? Tarkovsky, probably.
Tarkovsky's 5th. 145 DEF CONs, tied for 2nd with Anderson. 9 out of 14 times he's hit the bonus. He did start 7 out of 8, so he's only 2 of his last 6 on DEF CON. So if you picked him up in game week 9, you haven't lived the DEF CON life with Tarkowski. The one that you didn't get, and I don't think you would get in 20 guesses, is Esteve on Burnley. 147 DEF CONs, 8 out of 14 matches he's gotten the bonus, including the last 4. So the interesting thing about all of those guys, except for Virgil, none of them, your DEF CON leaders, none of them are on top 4. I guess Lacroix is. No one else is on like a top 5 side or like a top 5 fantasy side necessarily. So that was my crunch of the week. That was a great job from you. You got 4 out of the 5. But also interesting that even within that the mix there, it's like 8, 9, 10 are the top for DEF CON bonus, which is pretty good actually. Like for Virgil, he's basically had no clean sheets, but he's getting you 3 to 4 points a week, which if that's the floor, that's not a bad floor to have from a defender. Obviously, the ceiling hasn't been there for Virgil this year, but not the end of the world if you've owned him a lot.
I have a bone to pick with DEF CON, but it's not because anybody did anything. Well, somebody didn't do anything. I picked up Anderson from
Oh yeah,
Nottingham Forest.
yeah.
This guy, this guy every week is double digits in DEF CON. Like, great. You know what? I'll get rid of Caicedo. He's out. I'll get another D mid who's getting DEF CON, getting some assists and some goals every now and there. 5 points a game, probably. Like 4 or 5 points a game. This guy against Wolves. The first half, he had 5. He didn't get a single one the rest of the time. If you look at his DEF CONs, he's gone. I'm going back. I'll go back very far. 16, 10, 12, 11, 16, 13, 16, 18. I pick him up. 5. I was like,
I saw that match
How
was
is that
happening,
possible?
and I always check the DEF CONs because I think it's like an interesting thing that the fantasy introduced, and it's a bit of a novelty still in the first year. And I think I saw that you had picked up Anderson. And I'm like, oh, that's 4 points for Schwartz at the very least. And first half, he's got 5. And then I look at the end of the game, I'm like, where's his DEF CON? Did he get subbed off? And like to your point, every game he'd been hitting the DEF CON bonus and then throws up a 5 spot in game week 14. Tough break, man. Tough break.
I thought the same thing. I was like, did he get subbed off? And I didn't know. Because I saw he got a yellow. I was like, oh, did they take him out because he got a yellow? No, he just didn't contribute a defensive thing the rest of the game somehow. In a 1-0 game. It wasn't like it was some like blowout and like they just keeping the ball. Like, I don't know. I was baffled. I was like, okay, good. Way to go. And it again. Another masterstroke of transfers.
Second crunch of the week, sponsored by Nestle. Mo Salah. Do you want to guess what his expected goals this year through 14 games is?
I would say his expect he's taken a couple penalties, so maybe I'm gonna say 3.
Good guess. It's 3.98. So for the purposes of this, I'm going to round it up to 4. He's got an expected goals of 4 through 14 games. So the fantasy started keeping like expected goals on the stats page starting 3 years ago. The lowest of his expected goals in the last 3 years, like for the whole season, is 20.89. So I'm going to round that up to 21. So if he keeps his current pace, which is like 4 xG for every 14 games, he's on pace for an expected goals this year of 10.86. 10 short of his worst expected goals in the last 3 years from 22-23, and 14 less than his expected goals last year. So now I don't know if Salah as a fantasy asset is officially dead, but if Slot keeps his job, which he might not, and keeps his current system, and Salah's playing the same role he's been playing, nobody should go near him. Like, the weird thing is, last year under Slot, Salah had his best fantasy season ever. He had 47 goal involvements. I think it was 29 goals, 18 assists. It was a massive overperformance from his XGI, which was 34, which is still crazy. XGI at 34, you're getting almost a goal involvement a game, which if you extrapolate this year, so his expected goals are 4. His expected assists this year are 1.9. So he is an XGI of 5.9 through 14 game weeks, which is a pace of 16 for 38 weeks. That is 18 less than last year for expected goal.
And that's with 2 gifted penalties. You know what I mean? Like,
correct.
I mean, when I hear that, it makes me seem even stupider for on my free hit captaining him against Nottingham Forest, or who did I captain? Who were they playing?
Yeah, I mean,
Somebody.
I brought him in on my free hit, and he didn't even freaking play. He got benched for the game.
Yeah, like it's almost like a situation where like a boxer is invincible for years, and then they get knocked out like one time, and then they just like never recovered. It's not to say like he can't recover, but it's been a stark drop off both from Liverpool and him. Like, he's a non-threat on the field.
He's not in their starting 11. Like the bench, he got benched on the weekend, and I was like, oh, that sucks. I guess he's getting rest. Then he got benched in midweek in a game that people said if Slot loses, he's fired. And like Slot, I guess, is just deciding I'm going to build this around Wirtz. like Mr. Zero Prem goals. Verts is his guy. And like this would be, I think, shocking to me if, this wouldn't be shocking to me if this was Slot's first year and he's like, Salah just isn't my thing. It's not like he's not good for my system. Salah had his best season ever last year, like from a XGI or from a goals and assists and like fantasy points perspective. Like that was his best year ever. And maybe you have to factor in his first year when he scored all the goals. Goals were only, oh no, goals were worth 5. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, and then Slot this year decides like, oh no, I'm just going to de-emphasize Salah's role. It's crazy, and they're not good. Like Liverpool's mid-table right now. And yeah, so
Yeah, but you're lucky to be where they are. You know what I mean?
the
Like,
first 3 weeks they had 3
not
goals.
like they
in
had
the
a
day.
hard done by. Like they're lucky to even be
Yeah.
in the position that they're actually in.
Remember the first 3 game weeks, they won every game in extra time. They could have 6 points less than they have right now if those 3 games had all been draws. And that's not like a crazy what if. They scored like very, very late in those games. Yeah, I mean, look, if you're looking for fantasy advice, and you probably don't come to us for that, to be honest, but I wouldn't go near Salah right now unless Slot gets fired. He doesn't have a place in the 11. Even when he's playing, he hasn't been good. It's crazy.
Yeah, if you look, they have a 0 goal differential.
Yes.
Like that just goes to show like
Yes.
how poor they've been offensively and how poor they've been defensively.
I
Literally
don't think-
being.
I mean, I think last year they were second in clean sheets last year. Do they have more than 2 clean sheets this year? I think they have 2 clean sheets this year. I think, I don't know for sure. I haven't looked. I'm pretty sure it's 1 or 2. I don't think they have any more than that. Through 14 weeks. Like, again, like, we were early on this. Kanate stinks. He's always stunk. I don't understand any rumors of him going to like a quote-unquote bigger, better club. Or even any other club that's like buying him from Liverpool for any substantial amount of money, which has been rumored. I don't get it. From watching him for the last several years, we called it before like in game week 1, like this guy is going to be a problem for Liverpool, and they can't keep clean sheets, and he's been a problem for Liverpool. It's just unbelievable.
They're falling apart at the seams. Like even like Virgil, who's like the rock.
Yeah.
He costed them. Like that turnover he made in the last game was just so. I don't know. It's just very lazy. Just very like against. Basically, he's such like a stalwart. That was like Kanate rubbing off on him.
That's what
and that.
I'm about to say. When you practice with Kanate all the time, like, and you're watching him and you're covering for him all the time, one, you might finally have a mental lapse of like, oh man, I've been covering for this guy for like 12 straight games, and like I finally, slipped up, and he can't help me. Or it's like, oh, his bad habits from practice are rubbing off on Virgil. So yeah, I don't know. Not where I'd want to be if I was a Liverpool fan right now. I don't know what you do with Slot. Like I think, like you just spend a ton of money. Like everyone's like, oh, he needs to make more. They spent $500 million this offseason buying players. Like they bought Isak, they bought Verts, they bought Kirkez, they bought one other guy.
Ekitike.
Yeah.
Ekitike is the only one that's really done anything at all.
Yeah.
The rest of them, like Kirkez, is not like lighting the world on fire.
Did he even start this week?
I don't even think he plays. I think he's behind Robertson at this point.
Yeah.
Verts hasn't scored a goal in the Premier League. His one that like his got taken away because he shanked it and it went in. So it's like, all right, but
Isak has what, 1 or 2 for them?
Isak has 1 or 2, but whatever you pay that much money for the guy, you're expecting. Yeah, he has like 8 to 10 goals at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That's what you're paying for. And they can't be like, oh, we got to go buy more. Like, you just bought. Like, what are you trying to do? You spend like $3 billion in buying a new team? I don't understand.
I mean, do you trust this guy's talent evaluation and like who he wants? Like Ekitike was good. I'll give him that. Like, Isak has been, I don't know. He didn't have the preseason, so I'll maybe give Isak a pass. Verts has been awful, and Kirkez was awful. But he lost his spot. And Verts should lose his spot, but Slot committed to him. So like 2 of your 4 big signings have been bad. One is an incomplete, and one's been good, but he hasn't done anything lately because you bought Isak. So like the Ekitike buy is good, but then you just bought Isak on top of him, so he's kind of surplus backup player now. I wouldn't give Slot another $350-400 million in January to buy more guys. I don't trust that he's good. It's crazy.
Oh. I mean, it was weird though. As soon as they got Ekitike, that they still went out and got Isak. It made no sense. Like, it's almost like you weren't going to get Isak, so you got Ekitike. Now you're covered off with a striker. And you're going to go pay double the amount and get another guy. Like, you can't play everybody at the same time because you still have Gapco, you still have Salah, then you got Verts to play as attacking mid as well. Like, there's only so many places you can go, and I guess they're trying to think of potentially, we're competing across like 4 different things, so we need players, but I don't know.
Well, and they lost Nunez and Diaz from last year, and then obviously they didn't expect to lose Jota, which was from the tragedy. But so they lost those 3 guys and then replaced them with 3 guys. If you go Verts, Ekitike, and Isak. The only problem is those 3 guys all kind of played different positions for Liverpool versus Ekitike and Isak are pretty much only playing through the middle up front. So it kind of, I don't know.
Well, whatever it is, this has to be one of the worst title defenses that I've seen, to where somebody could be so good and so dominant, and then outside of like a Leicester, right?
I was going to say that's the only one, but that's because they also lost half their team in between, so you can't really fault Leicester for that.
They're an outlier, but like a big 4, big 6 team winning, and then having this stark of a drop off is pretty wild. Like, listen, if you've been watching, if you've been listening, we've been talking about this since the very beginning. We watching Konate just he's doing the Dorn and just letting people run right through and score, So we got our finger on the pulse here on the pod. So pay attention. You can pick up on some things. Yet I still captain Salah on a.
It's okay.
But the problem is they do something in Champions League, and I'm like, oh, there's still something here. There's still a spark in this team, and it just doesn't carry over to the Prem at all. You're like, well, okay, I think I've learned now. I'm gonna need to see a run of probably like 3 goals from Salah from the run of play in order to like have any inclination. Oh, he's actually gonna be gone. What are we talking about? He's going to AFCON.
You're gonna need him to start. What do you mean? You're gonna need him to score a goal?
He's also leaving too, so it's like
he's gone. Yeah.
He's cooked completely. Like he's gonna have the lowest production he's had in God knows how
probably ever since he's been in the Prem. Or I guess that's not true. Since he's been back in the Prem on Liverpool,
like since he's been with Liverpool.
Chelsea days, not counting his Chelsea days. All right, let's get into this week's recap. We'll start at the top of the table. This will be quick for each game. Arsenal 2, Brentford 0. Arsenal remain top of the pile by 5 points over City. 1-1 for Michael Merino. I don't think anyone in our league even owns him. Saka came off the bench to get a goal to save his owners the embarrassment of starting a guy that got benched, but he ended up with a 6-pointer. I think Gabriel and Saliba were both out this game. Timber came off the bench, so anyone loaded up on Arsenal D, and I bet you don't have Gabriel anymore anyway, but even like the Arsenal D load up didn't really matter that they kept their clean sheet. Raya got his clean sheet, but he's probably the only one who anyone in our league really owns that got the clean sheet. He only made 1 save, just kind of looks like he never has to do anything ever for Arsenal, and he gets clean sheets. That's the reason I have him. Solid performance. One of the things that I found very interesting is I didn't really track Mikel Merino very, he's just like a peripheral guy, and it wasn't a big signing. He wasn't like, that guy was actually like a 6 or an 8, and he is legitimate. He was like a defensive mid, like center back in Spain. Spain, right? He was in Spain.
Yeah, like he was not, when he signed, he was supposed to be more of, again, like a holding mid, like that kind of guy. And so his pivot to being like a 9 has been some sort of masterstroke from Arteta, because like that guy scores big goals for them and scores frequently for them. As like think about it. You talk about signings. Gyökeres is on the bench. Their
That's true.
their major signing doesn't even play,
That's true.
and they got a dude that they converted into a 9, scoring goals for them and keeping them afloat. You know, like it's crazy. Like Mikel Marino, hats off to this guy. He's just stepping into his role and he's outshowing Gyökeres like just hand over foot. It's incredible. Yeah, I know. I saw something this week about that. And I was like, no, fascinating. I had no idea that guy wasn't even a striker.
Yeah, I just looked at, so he's only had 7 starts so far this year, which is probably why nobody owns him. But he's played more than just 7 games, but he had 7 starts and he has 3 goals and 3 assists. So 6 goal involvements total this year and only 7 starts. So feels like that's maybe a guy he's gonna like force his way into the 11, and that could be a radar guy as we head into this next stretch of the fantasy season, for sure.
And Solid would kill for those numbers.
Yeah, Saka would kill for some of those numbers.
Oh,
We had
who knew I needed Mikel Marino
I
on my
know, I know. Moving on, second place team Man City, a wild one at Fulham. I don't know if you were watching or tracking this one. City jumped out to a 5-1 lead behind 1 and 2 from Holland and a Foden brace. We had been talking about Foden as a potential. Weeks ago he's been underperforming. The big hits are coming. Just take your time with him. It's going to happen. We both dumped him off our team on our wild card. I did bring him back in for my free hit 2 weeks ago when he had his first haul. You brought him in as a transfer that week, and then he hauled again this week with a brace. I've already brought him back into my team for this week, so he'll probably blank this week. So, apologies for that.
Don't worry, he's not going to do anything now.
Yeah,
now
no, exactly. Yeah,
it's
no,
almost
no.
like the secret's out, and Phil's just going to do a standard 2-pointer
Yeah, no,
coming up.
Apologies to you for making him blank this week, but again, we had been on Phil. We did abandon him, and we had said, look, the hauls are going to come soon. They just won't be on our team, and they kind of weren't. I mean, you got both of them. I got one of the hauls, that was the City fantasy involvement for this week. Then Fulham, I said if City was up 5-1, Fulham scored the next 3 goals to make it 5-4. Then in extra time, Josh King had a shot cleared off the line. So City hold on by the skin of their teeth, 5-4 to remain second place and 5 points back of Arsenal. But that was a hell of a match. It looked like it was going to be a bludgeoning, and Fulham just dominated the last 30 minutes. Just crazy. I don't know what's going on with City. It's like they just continually take their foot off the pedal, whether it's like week to week or even within the game. I don't know what they're doing right now.
It was just a classic Premier League fixture there. That's like a game you would see in like 2008, like a 5-4. Like, I don't know, those games just don't like come around anymore. So like as I'm watching it, obviously I captain Holland. I'm feeling good. Foden's producing. I'm feeling great about that. And I'm just watching this game unfold, and I'm just watching Chukwueze just bang in a few, and I'm like, wow. And then like almost tying it at the end. I was like, man, this is. And then City, you would think that they were going to be like so pissed off, and they were just elated that they survived it. And Pep was just like, yeah, we got through that one. And it was just a good kind of like, in 5 years, that one will pop up as a memory of like a good classic like Premier League bout of where somebody, like at the end of the day, these teams are still Premier League players or Premier League teams. You take your foot off the gas, and they're gonna step back into it, and that's what City did. And that's off to Fulham.
Yeah. They could have given up. They could have packed it in, down 5-1, and been like, we'll just make sure we don't lose like 8-1. Let's just end at 5-1. City won't try to score if we don't try to score, and then instead they went for it. Good. Yeah, all the credit to them. It shows some fight. They haven't had a great season so far, like kind of just hanging out in no man's land, but showed some fight there. I mean, I don't think I've had anyone maybe I've had Joachim Anderson on my team at one point, but no one on the attack, I don't think. Unless I dabbled in Raul Jimenez for a week or two. But yeah, they've kind of been off the radar for most of the year. So we'll see if they can pick it up in the second half.
Emerson came off the bench and gave you a solid 10 points like 2 weeks ago. It was like, God damn it. Yeah, I think it was against Tottenham.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because we
Oh, you
don't think
bet.
Fulham had won a game away
Yeah.
all season.
I think Tottenham benched somebody, which is why he played for me. Porro, I think, got benched, and that's why Anderson came in for me. I think. Um, yeah.
It makes me sick. We'll probably get to Tottenham, but Kudus, I had Kudus. He barely did anything for me. Now in the last couple of games, he got a goal and he's assists, and it's just like,
Same.
who are you, dude?
Same.
Like, come on,
Same.
what is
Uh,
this?
yeah. I don't think we've talked about them maybe since the beginning of the season, and it was only to lament how shitty Ollie Watkins had been playing. But don't look now. Aston Villa, on the back of 4 straight wins, including this week, are in third place, only 1 behind City and only 6 behind Arsenal. They dispatched Brighton 4-3 behind an Ollie Watkins brace. Welcome to the show, Ollie. I still am not buying Villa. I feel like this has just been like a good run of fixtures for them, and they're gonna start playing the good teams again and start losing again. But they're here in third place. We got to talk about them. Good win for them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it kind of shows how the league is a little like where the league's at because like Villa started off terribly.
Yeah,
So
they're
the
at
fact
the
that
bottom.
they're in third place.
Yeah.
Like, they do have a bit of their December is going to show a lot. They have Arsenal this weekend,
Yeah.
and they go in the Europa League away to Basel. West Ham sort of a pushover. I don't know. You never know with West Ham. They could show up and be decent. Then they go United, Chelsea, Arsenal again. So for Villa, yeah, I mean shit. Who knows? But it's gonna this month's gonna really solidify who they are. Like, did they have an easy run and just get a couple good fixtures and got on a run, or are they actually a decent squad?
But it is like one thing is the race at the top is outside. So Arsenal have a 5 point lead on City. City are 1 up on Villa. Villa are only 2 points up on 3 teams tied for ninth with 22 points, I think. So it's like kind of condensed. Like you could, we've been bagging on Liverpool, bagging on Man United. They could both end up in, fourth place by the end of this week. Villa have 27 points, not 20. Chelsea are in fourth place. They lost to Leeds 3-1. They have 24 points. So that's the 24-20. So between fourth place and 3 teams tied for ninth, there's only 2 points of difference. I don't know what to say about Chelsea. They lost 3-1 to Leeds. Look, we've been calling Leeds, like when Leeds is at home, it's a tough fixture. It's not like some pushover promoted squad that you're going to be guaranteed 3 points. I kind of feel like, Chelsea probably should get at least 1 from this one. So, losing 3-1 and being kind of completely non-competitive. Like they gave up the goal early. They were behind the whole game, never tied. They've kind of been hovering in the 3 to 8 range all year in the Prem. It kind of feels like where they're going to end up. If I had to bet, I'd bet on the top half of that, like 3, 4, 5 probably is where they'll finish. But kind of just a weird squad this year. I guess with Palmer out, and I've had Enzo
Well,
on my
that's
team.
the thing, right? It's like I look at Chelsea and they're very indicative of a lot of the things which makes fantasy hard right now. Like there's no consistency.
Mm-mm.
Nobody does anything consistently. Like if you pick up João Pedro, he doesn't rattle off like 5 goals in 5 games. He'll get 1, 2, and then he goes blank for 4.
Yeah.
And then it's like, so for all these teams, it's like it's this sort of whack-a-mole of like who's going to show up and who's going to do anything for us. And because of that variance in who's performing, the results are so like all over the place because it's like you can't count on anybody. Sure, Cole Palmer comes back. Like, what Cole Palmer are you going to get? Are you going to get
Yeah.
early last season Cole Palmer? Or are you going to get Cole Palmer who finished the season who didn't do anything?
100%. And like Chelsea have a very deep squad, and it feels like Maresca's still kind of like puppet mastering his way to figure out who, like, a few weeks ago when we potted, Garnacho had been on fire for them. He didn't even play this week, right? Like Estevao was playing for them. Gittins, Gittins, like no one's gonna have Gittins on their fantasy team. He started and scored a goal. It's like you can't even trust who's gonna play for them. So yeah, I guess. Enzo, when he's healthy, he's playing. Caicedo's been playing. and then they're like their defense. Like I had Sanchez for a while. He never gets save points. He concedes a ton, and they gave up 3 to Leeds. It's like yeah, I don't. I mean, I have Enzo. He'll be on my team this week, but I don't know what's going to happen. Once I get the 5 frees, and Daddy can make some transfers. It's like a mini wild cards coming next week. So I don't know.
What a gift from the league this year to hand us 5 free transfers for AFCON. I love it.
And like the thing that's actually the dumbest thing about it, if you're not paying super close attention, and I'd say like probably half our league doesn't, they only top you up to 5. So like if you don't make any transfers this week and you had like 3 to roll over to next week, you're only getting 2. Whereas like me, I have 2 free transfers. I'm going to use them both. I've already used one. I'm going to use them both, and I'm going to get 5 frees from the fantasy. Yeah. It's like because I pay attention, and I guess you should get rewarded for paying attention. But like I don't know, they kind of have taken some of the strategy out of the game by like, oh, here's all these free transfers, and you can have 5 transfers now instead of 2 if you roll them over, and like 2 chips, like every chip you get to use twice. It's kind of Look, I'm old man yells at cloud right now, or like get off my lawn. But I like my original fantasy.
I mean, they've dumbed it down.
Yeah,
they've dumbed down the game for sure. Like you used to have to be very strategic with how you position things, and now it's just sort of like I don't know. Like that's why the other day I was like, well, I have 3 injuries. Just gonna free hit. That was like, right. Why not?
Yeah, that was right after we potted, and like I was planning to free hit that week. And I just slept on it. And then the next day, 2 of my 3 injured guys were like, oh, they're probably going to play. So I was like, I'll just roll. I'll just, whatever. We'll see what happens. So that was big because that was not the week to free hit because like all the guys that you thought were going to perform that week didn't. And then I free hit, that next 2 weeks later and everyone who I had a great week. So yeah, it's the chips like mattering so much kind of makes it less skill involved, right? It's more just like, are you lucky with your chips? It's like you played Holland against a bad team. City scored 3 goals or 4 goals, I can't remember which one, and he didn't score. Like it's just bad luck. Any other game, if City score 3 or 4, Holland's going to get you 1 to 2 marks almost every time. And it's just like you didn't play a chip incorrectly, you just got unlucky. Anyway, I don't need to tell you that. Crystal Palace are your 5th place team in the Prem. They have 23 points in the Prem. They went on the road and beat Burnley 1-0. Again, another promoted side. Burnley's been like the worst promoted side, but even still, it's tough to go to Turf Moor and take the win. I mean, we mentioned this, man. Palace's defense just massive for fantasy owners. Munoz, Gahey both get 14, Richards 9, Lacroix 8, and Henderson, their keeper, was 7. So pretty much you throw a dart at the Palace defense these days, and you're gonna be scoring points. Again, Lacroix, Richards, and Gahey all with DEFCON. Henderson had a save point. Munoz and Gahey and Richards all in the bonus, just like Gahey assist, Munoz goal, just like all the ways that they could get points. They're getting them.
The weird year.
We've been on Palace. Like we've kind of talked about. We like Palace. We like Palace this year. Like they're performing. I love that one of the U.S.'s center backs is a center back for one of the 3 or 4 best defenses in the Prem this year. That is great for our prospects going into the World Cup. So loving that. But yeah.
No, it's great. Look, Crystal Palace, like, if you go away at this, like, going away and beating Burnley 1-0, such a solid result.
Yeah.
That's such a trap game, especially for somebody like a Crystal Palace, like a juggernaut.
And midweek,
that's
to your
great result for them.
Yeah, Palace they don't have the budget that a City, a Liverpool, like the top. So when they have these, like, midweek weekend game weeks where, like, you're playing 3 games in 8 days, 7 days, 8 days, to like win that middle game, like they don't have the squad to really rotate like City do, or like City's been bit rotating, but like Arsenal can rotate. So, like all these teams at the top can rotate a little bit and not fall off too much. Like they might not win, but their talent is.
Look what Crystal Palace got lost at Eze.
Oh yeah,
they lost Olise. They lost Zaha. They lost like three very, very good. Like Olise might be like one of the better players in the
He
world.
is
Right now. That guy
100%,
is so good.
100%.
Um, Eze is Eze. I mean, he's doing obviously he's on a bigger club. He doesn't play as frequently, but a hat trick against Spurs, like he's got those moments. For them to be in fifth
Yeah,
after losing these kind of players and like just backfilling them with Wharton and Mateta and
yeah.
like just it's I got Glasner is the like, I have to look at it from this lens, but I'm like I really wish that Spurs had gone out and got Glasner versus getting what we have right now because like he just seems like he has a game plan. He's able to execute. He's able to get the most out of players.
The thing
I don't
is,
know what it is about these guys who get the most out of like what they have. It's impressive.
I will say I wouldn't. I like Frank. I think that he did what Glasner has done at Palace. He did that at Brentford, right? Like Frank's been good, like pretty good. Maybe not to the same extent as Glasner. I think you just have to give him a little bit more time to like really get some more play, like the play types of players he wants and the system he wants to run at Spurs. It's 14 weeks into his tenure. Like I feel like you got to give him a little bit of grace. Like, you can be unhappy, that's fine. But I wouldn't throw the bathwater out with Frank just yet because he was really good at Brentford. I think anyway.
I just don't know what I'm watching. Like
Well, I think
I
he
watch
doesn't know
Spurs
he has
games.
yet. He's still figuring it out. I think.
Just like it's one thing to be like, oh, we're just like there's something there, and we're not getting results, and like sometimes I watch a Spurs game, and I'm like, there's nothing. It was like watching the U.S. national team like 2 years ago, or like a year and a half ago, when like there was no fight. There was no. It was just like nothing out there that had any redeeming qualities of like we're doing this, we're doing that. It's just not coming. It's gonna come. It's just like just. Bleh.
I wonder.
And it's tough to watch. It's a very tough watch.
Yeah, I wonder how much of it is like you lost Sonny, who was like, even if he was on the tail end of his career, he's still kind of like the heartbeat of the team. So you lost him, and then Madison gets hurt right before the season starts, and he's like your talisman in the middle. So like, it's just.
We bought Javi Simmons. That
Yeah,
guy's
no,
supposed to be a
it's-
spark.
no,
We got Kolo Muani.
I'm just
That
trying to
guy's
give you some
supposed to
hope
be-
here, Schwartz. I'm trying to give you some hope.
No, there is none.
All
We're
right,
garbage.
No,
Our best goals this year are from our defenders. Mickey Van de Ven running down, scoring goals. Romero throwing bikes.
Yeah.
Like that's literally the status. That's the status of like what we have now. Is like our defenders have to step in and do the work because we have
Yeah, no.
we just have nothing. There's nothing inspiring to watch. There's no player steps up and like does anything where you're like, there you go. Like Kudus, like okay. I don't understand the voodoo of Kudus. It's like nobody steps to him. They leave him wide open, and then he's able just to hit these crosses in, and then he gets assists. But like, you give the guy 8 feet, he's gonna do something. Like it's so strange.
I think they're probably afraid of him dribbling around him and like embarrassing them.
I guess I don't know. It's like the
Yeah.
I don't know. When I get that guy, he doesn't do shit. Just you want. There's nothing better than when you pick players on your fantasy team that are from your team and they produce. It's a great feeling, especially when you captain. You're a city guy. You captain a city guy and they do something. You're just like, yes.
My two favorite moments of my like fantasy career, whatever that's a weird way of calling it, were you were on this one too. Sterling captain out of nowhere. And then that ended up vaulting me to a title. And then I think 2 years later, I captained Foden as a differential one week, and he had a brace. And those were like the two. Like you captain your own guy that like no one else really captains in the league.
It's the best.
It's like there is no better feeling than like celebrating like double because like my team, my player, my captain. It's like, yeah, nobody else. Like when Holland scores, like it's yeah,
doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
Just like we lost, and he got me 2 points.
Yeah,
Good God, damn it.
Okay, moving along down the table. Sunderland versus Liverpool. Liverpool, not the sixth place team. Sunderland, the sixth place team. They are tied. They have 23 points, but they're behind Palace in goal differential. They just remain a tough out. They drew with Liverpool on the road, 1-1. Liverpool did have a XG advantage of 1.45 to zero point 0.4, but their only goal was off a deflection. Like Verts thought he had his first Prem goal, but no, it was an own goal. It was a shank. So like even that was kind of lucky from Liverpool. And then Sunderland missed a golden opportunity at the death, pretty much, to retake the lead.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was watching it live and I was texting you. I was like, how does that guy, the goalie hits this perfect side volley into a breakaway. And I'm like, oh my God, they're going to kill Slot right here. This is where Slot dies off a goalie assist.
He was probably
He rounds the goalie. You know, Chiesa, look, the guy hasn't really done a whole lot offensively. That's a huge thing. He sprints all the way back and stops that goal. Like, wow.
So, Chiesa hasn't done a lot, but he hasn't had opportunities. He scored one of their late goals at the death at the start of the season to get them a win.
Yeah.
He saved them 2 points in that game. He saved them 1 point in this game in an embarrassing loss at home to promoted Sunderland as a league champion. So, I feel like, and maybe he's a little bit on the older side, and that's why can't play as much. But I feel like Slot should be playing him more. He's producing. You give him game time. Anyway. I don't have anything else to say about Liverpool. All the credit to Sunderland. We've been talking them up, since probably for the last month at least, maybe 2 months. They're a tough out. They're a good team. Their defense is solid. Their goalie's the best goalie in the Prem right now. If you just want to look at pure save numbers, he's the best goalie in the Prem right now. The Stadium of Light is rocking. I'm Sunderland till I die. Sunderland till I die. I love the documentary. Happy for their fans. They're a Prem team. Historically, glad that they're back. Love to see it. I have nothing else to say to them from a fantasy perspective because they don't have any forwards that I want on my team or midfielders that I want on my team. But
if you're a Sunderland fan right now, you are loving life. You're back in the Prem.
Amazing.
Your stadium is like a fortress. I think I was telling you a couple of weeks ago. I was watching them play Newcastle, and I was like, it is end to end. This is pure. If you're gonna give a game to somebody who doesn't watch the game and be like, look, just watch this. And the fans were on fire. It was end-to-end stuff. I was like, this is an entertaining product that they have right now.
Yeah.
It might finish 12th, but let me tell you, that's going to be the most entertaining, raucous 12th place team you can imagine when all said and done. It's a good time to be the Stadium of Light.
And they have 23 points right now. Usually, if you're in the mid 30s ish, you're gonna not get relegated. I think that's kind of the magic number. They're almost
magic number's always been 40.
40. Okay.
You get 40, you're safe, for sure.
Yeah, but I think Wolves have 2 points, so they're relegated.
Wolves are done. They're out of here.
Yeah. Anyway, I feel just staying up is big for Sunderland, and they're in sixth place. Right, if the season ended, they'd be in in Europe. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Sixth place +4 goal differential, so they're out there.
Yeah.
They're doing it. Again, if you have a fortress like the Stadium of Light, they have to go away again to City this weekend, but so they might. Yeah, they're gonna get these games where they're gonna get their ass handed to them, but that's not. They go to that game knowing hey, we're probably not gonna get a point. They're being serious. But then after that, it's all right. What do we have after? What if we have City? We have Newcastle at home, Derby. We've got Brighton, Leeds. So right there, we got to get 6 points out of those games easily.
City should win that game 5-0. They have a history of struggle or kind of overlooking some of these weaker opponents and kind of mailing it in a bit and getting Ropes might make 14 saves this week. I'm not even I'm not even joking or trying to reverse jinx it. I've seen a lot of City games in the last 10 years where they're playing a really bad side and the other team's keeper just has an unbelievable game, saves a penalty, gets 12 saves, City score 1 goal, and then the other team pips them at the death, and it's 1-1 or 2-1 the other team. So, that's not my pick of the week. I don't think Sunderland's going to win, but I wouldn't be the most shocked person in the world if they somehow drew. No result in that game surprises me outside of Sunderland winning like by more than a goal. But I could see them
Yeah,
tying. I
I
could
mean
see
they
them
could.
winning by one. I could see City winning by five. So yeah, well, anything in between.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But I think that speaks a lot to what City are right now. Like
Oh yeah,
they can be so good, or they can just be bang average.
yeah.
And you like, I don't know, it's very strange.
Their defense is like, we haven't talked a lot about them. There's like their defense, you have no idea what you're getting in with their back line, especially with Rodri being has been out. Like he's the guy that like makes the whole defense go. When he's in the game and on the pitch for them, their defense is 20 times better
Yeah.
than it's been when he's off. So
It's almost like I've forgotten that he's like been re-injured.
yeah,
What
exactly.
is his status? I don't even know. I haven't looked at it.
He's been training, I think, and he's like supposed to come back any week now. But also it's Pep, so you can't ever really trust anything he says with injuries.
It's very common when you have a big injury like
You
he
just
had, and then you rush back.
Yeah,
You pick up all these nagging other injuries for a while, and then like a year and a half later, then you kind of find your body's rhythm, like just ecosystem like levels itself all out again.
yeah. You talked a little bit about Spurs 2-2 Newcastle. We don't need to talk more. And then the last one.
Got lucky. Got lucky.
Yeah,
Like should have lost.
yeah.
Played like shit yet again. Romero scores a brace, a bike. He scores a bike at the very end. I mean, there was nothing inspiring about the game. Newcastle too are a funny team because like
Yeah, that's
they've looked really
yeah,
good at times,
yeah.
and they look just terrible at other times.
Yeah, Volta made with a mark, and I mean,
But that was like an accidental one. The
Yeah.
ball just hit him.
yeah,
Like it wasn't even like as an owner,
Yeah.
I watch him and I'm like, fucking do something, big man.
Yeah.
Do something.
as a non-owner, I've been frustrated that he somehow marks half the games. But yeah,
Well, it's like with them, you got like an Anthony Gordon,
yeah,
but he's barely played at all lately. And actually, if you look at that was crazy that he literally has done fuck all this year. He got to take the penalty.
yeah,
There was a second when Voltamata had the ball and I was like, oh yes, he's gonna take it. And then he handed it back off. It went from Gordon to Voltamata back to Gordon. I was like,
yeah.
impressive.
I always am curious. Like more teams have been doing that now, where like they've got one guy who just stands there and holds the ball, and then right before the penalty's taken, they give it to somebody else. Like I guess to prevent the goalie from like psyching. I don't know. That's a weird thing.
I think it's too because the players go, the opposing team
Oh,
tries
they
to
can
go
look at
get,
like the water
they try to
bottle.
get in the face of the shooter.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, yeah, go yell at Voltamata all you want and try to get in his head. He's not actually going to be taking it. And then they separate them to where the players can't get to the penalty spot.
I think the other thing is also it prevents the other team from knowing who's gonna take it. So like their scouting can't be like, oh, he's gonna like they can do it at like the last second, but they don't have as much time to like look at their water bottle and be like, oh, Volt made 7 for 8. He's gonna go bottom left. Like when you know at the last second, you're like, I gotta quickly look and see where he's going. Yeah.
Man, for a second when it went from Gordon
Yeah.
to the German, I was like, ooh, yes, let's go. Let's get something. And then no.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm just looking right now at some points. The best midfielder for Newcastle is Bruno Guimaraes. He's
Oh.
their best
He's
player
back.
by a long shot. That dude has never been a prolific fantasy pick.
No.
Ever.
No.
Like I can't even. I need to look at Newcastle just specifically because there's no other player on that team. You look at the points from
I haven't had a
yeah, it goes 71 for Bruno,
yeah.
44 for the next up on Barnes.
Yeah.
And then last year's Jacob Murphy, which again, it was just crazy. Last year you had to have Jacob Murphy. You had to have that guy. He was prolific last year. This year, you never heard of the guy again.
I feel like their whole team has kind of been like a dud fantasy wise this year. I mean, they're middle of the table. Newcastle's been a weird team. Like you would have expected them to be in the top half of the league, and they've just struggled. Yeah, it's a weird season.
Last year, Jacob Murphy, 8 goals, 13 assists. The guy was a beast. This
Does he
year,
have
2-1.
2 goal involvements this year.
Barely played.
Yeah, yeah. last game, I actually don't even have anything to say about it, just because a lot of people have guys of theirs on their team. United won, West Ham won. No one of any note did anything in this game. United are tied with Liverpool and Brighton at 22 points. I'm just like,
Did you watch the game?
I didn't.
So like in the first like 20 minutes, it looked like United were gonna win 3-4-0. Like they were everywhere. They were all around them. Like Wan-Bissaka was like clearing balls off the line. Bruno had an aerial Di Canio like volley that hit the post and just missed. Like it looked like the route was on. And one of those games where like it just didn't happen. And then, you go long enough, you're going to give up a little doink flick in the box that goes to a player and he taps it in. And like, that's it. I was just like, if you don't finish teams off, you leave yourself, like susceptible to those types of fluky little goals.
That's all I have from Prem. One of my favorite segments of the pod, the McTom Minute. Just gonna caution, we'll be back more on the next pod with more McTom Minute facts about guys who have left and come back. But I need to use my time to raise a caution flag, and it's a red caution flag. We'll get to more into Team USA briefly, but there's been some concerning rumors coming across the desk. There are reports that Man United are going to make a play at bringing Christian Pulisic back to the Prem. Now, I don't like this move in general for Pulisic. However, this absolutely cannot happen in January. We cannot have the most important offensive player for our World Cup team reverse McTomming right before the World Cup. It cannot happen. He's got to stay at Milan. Whoever his agent is, his value will be in the toilet if he goes to United, sucks, and then doesn't have a good World Cup. Whereas he stays in Milan, he stays comfortable, he has a good World Cup, he'll be worth double. Please, please, please don't go to United in January. Don't leave Milan. Don't leave. You're doing well there. You're playing awesome. Do not leave Milan. Period.
Yeah, I mean, who in their right mind has a good situation like him, and then switches teams mid-season in a World Cup year when you're hosting the World Cup? Like, I would. If he did make that move, it would say so much about him. Like, his mentality is so selfish and so weird that like he'd make that move mid-season. I don't think he will. Maybe it happens after. I hope.
Look,
I do not.
Look, AC Milan. You have to stay. Yeah. If you want to go in the summer after the World Cup, I really don't care.
Sure.
You might have one more World Cup in you. You might not. All I care about is the 26 World Cup right now.
Also, it's like he's not at Udinese. Like, you're at AC Milan. You're competing for the Scudetto right now.
And he's
like
in Champions.
Going to United's a step down. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
it would be a crazy move.
Crazy.
But
just one thing to say about the McTom Minute, and we'll leave it at that, is the namesake, Scott McTominay, was voted Serie A Player of the Year. He was up on stage. All his peers, even all his peers on stage said, Scott McTominay, Scott McTom.
Yeah.
That guy, the namesake of one of our favorite segments. Good for you, Scotty boy. And then, have we talked about his bike?
We did. Our last pod, our international break special.
It's just a juggernaut. When these kids that I coach talk about Messi and all, Mbappe, I'm like, kids, McTominay, what are you talking about? Lamine Yamal, get out of here. It's McTominay.
You want to be a real ball knower? You better know about Scott McTominay and how he rejuvenated his career that was left for dead at Man United.
I need to get like a McTominay big poster back here.
All right, MLS corner. The playoffs have not gone our way. Our LAFC lost a heartbreaker in penalties to Vancouver. They were down a goal heading into the last 10 minutes. Sonny scored a worldie of a free kick right after a foul right outside the box, which gave Vancouver a red card. So LA was down 2-1. They tied it 2-2. It felt like, we've done it. We're going to come back. We were down 2-0. We scored to make it 2-1, and scored late to make it 2-2. We're up a man. We got 30 minutes of stoppage time. This is our game. We're going to win it. We hit the post 3 straight times in the extra time, and then had another goal cleared off the line. Then we're done in on penalties on the road. Vancouver moves on. LA is eliminated. The other side.
I still thought, like, we had those like posts and all that. I still feel like we didn't go for the kill. We were up 2 guys and we didn't go for the kill. It still felt
the other
like
guy was off injured. It's true. For like 10 minutes, we were up.
yeah, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Lifetime. It just felt like we didn't like lean in and just try to kill the game off. We just kind of like went, hey, we're up 2 guys now. Let's coast a little bit. And that's like,
I mean,
look,
credit to Vancouver. Credit to Vancouver. They played their butts off, and
silver lining was Seb Berhalter, like looking like an absolute stud out there, stepping back, playing defense, hyping the crowd. There was a moment where, like, well, I mean, if we're gonna lose this game as an LAFC fan, like at least for World Cup's perspective, this motherfucker is stepping up and showing like real leadership, real heart, real desire, and I was, like, fucking A, we just lost, but or at least there was that.
And look, again, we'll just keep it going. Vancouver then went on to beat San Diego. So San Diego had advanced to the conference final. They hosted Vancouver. The Whitecaps defeated them 3-1. Great debut season for San Diego. Hats off to my MLS Manager of the Year, Mikey Veras. I don't know if he's going to officially win the award yet or not, but he should. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's been anybody, I mean, certainly not for the U.S., that has improved his stock more in the last 90 days than Sebi Berhalter for the World Cup. Like, that guy's, I think we said, like, oh, he's most likely going to be on the team. He's probably a lock at this point. Like, how do you not bring that guy with you? And we'll see. They play Miami this weekend at Miami for the MLS Cup. Miami is minus 235 to lift the trophy, which is actually a smaller favorite than I thought they'd be. It would not shock me if Sebastian Berhalter does something crazy and, shocks the world. I mean, Miami will probably win just because they have so much talent. But Vancouver, great season for them. Berhalter, he's been the man. He's been the man.
It's his stock is like, again, it's exactly what you want from, listen, not from an LAFC perspective, but like from a national team perspective, that's what we want. We want these guys that are stepping up and making the leap. They're not just the guys that are getting the call up and then they're just happy with that, but like truly showing something different that you're gonna need look, let's say Seb Haller doesn't play. Let's say he doesn't start, but he subs on in the 63rd minute. I'm like, cool. Now I'm like, good. Berhalter stepping in. Like, that's a solid 20 some odd minutes of a dude going for it. Like, I'm all for that. Like, it's exciting.
Yeah, and the one thing I'll say is that you can bag on the MLS all you want, and that's fine. Like, it's not the best league in the world, but the playoffs in MLS are great, like, pressure scenarios for World Cup guys. Like, you have a guy now, he's like playing in knockout group games. He's playing in knockout games. Like, it's win or go home. Like, we're going to get to that. Hopefully we get to that point with the U.S. in the World Cup. And I want guys who have the minerals to step up and take a penalty, or that can go the extra 30 minutes of stoppage time in a knockout game to get us to the penalties. Have the work rate that he's had in the playoffs. So yeah, super excited for him. That's a great transition for us into the World Cup. Earlier this morning, the World Cup draw took place. I say maybe let's talk about the U.S. and their group. We'll go into like some deeper level takeaways from the full field later on, probably a different pod. But United States, Group D, will be joined by Australia, Paraguay, and then the winner of the Turkey, Romania, Slovakia, and Kosovo little mini bracket in Europe. This feels like a very friendly group for the U.S. Turkey is the 25th ranked team in the world. They may or may not make it. So Australia is 26, Paraguay is 39. then Slovakia 45, Romania 47, and Kosovo 80. Um, the U.S. got the lowest ranked pot 2 team in Australia, a middle of the pack pot 3 team in Paraguay, and then they had to get one of the Euro playoff teams after at that point, and they got the second lowest rated kind of like top Euro playoff team. So you had Italy at 12 is in one little group in the playoff. Denmark's 21 in the other, and Ukraine is in the lowest one at 28. And so 25 for Turkey, 28 for Ukraine. Like kind of you're splitting hairs at that point. They open with Paraguay and Los Angeles, then they'll take on the Aussies in Seattle, and then the European playoff participant will come back and play the United States in Los Angeles to end the group. Betting favorite right now.
It could have been. It could have been way worse.
Oh yeah, no. Look, the U.S. is the betting favorite to win their group. They are plus 150 as of right now to win the group. Paraguay is plus 330. Australia is plus 500. Turkey's plus 500. Slovakia is 750, and then Romania and Kosovo are each 20-1. My guess though is that if Turkey gets out of that playoff, they'll be down in like the 200, 250-ish range. But even still,
I think of all those teams, I don't want to see Turkey because they have Çalhanoğlu, they've got Goulart who plays for Real Madrid. They've got that Kenan Yildiz who plays for Juve, who's like a very, very good player. They just got a lot of spunk in them. I think we could beat Kosovo, we could beat Romania. There's no threats there. Slovakia, we could beat Slovakia. Turkey could be a challenge.
Yeah,
I do love the fact that we just played these two teams, which is great in Paraguay and Australia. It's awesome. But Turkey is the one I want to avoid Turkey if we can.
Yeah, even if Turkey end up in the group, the games are at home, like on U.S. soil. They should be like favored to winner. Like the U.S. winner draw will have to be the favorite pretty much in all those games. We had that very spicy friendly with Paraguay in the last international break that ended with red cards and fisticuffs. So that rematch could be interesting. And then the good thing, honestly, though, is that the last game of the group is Turkey, or the European playoff teams. Let's say it is Turkey. There's a decent chance that both the U.S. and Turkey will have already clinched spots in the knockout round before that game even kicks off. So, very, very favorable. I think we'll do a better breakdown of everything as we get closer to the World Cup. Just high-level thoughts here. Group of death. I think there's maybe 2 potential. I think Group L could be a group of death if you think Ghana is underranked by FIFA. So outside of the Italy and Denmark groups, Ghana was the one team I wanted to avoid from pot 4. They ended up getting drawn in with England, Croatia, and Panama. So England is the number 4 overall team. Croatia was the top-rated team from pot 2, and Panama was the top-rated team from pot 3. And then Ghana's ranked 72nd overall, but I don't know. Maybe just we've played them so much and they've been so good that I'm over-ranking them.
Ghana's rated 72nd?
Yeah, but they went 8-1-1 in African qualifying, and then they're led by Semenyo, who's been like a stud in fantasy this year. So I think, I say let the Africa Cup of Nations play out in this next month, and we'll get a really good sense of how those African teams should really be ranked as we go into the World Cup. But if Ghana's halfway what they were 10 years ago, and 8-1-1 in qualifying, I don't care who you're playing, you're going on the road in half those games, that's a good performance. That could be an impossible group. Panama could be the team that gets really boned there, because good luck against England and Croatia, and then even beating Ghana is, if you get 3 points, you might not make it out as a third place team. So the other group is Group I: France, Senegal, Norway. But then the 4th team is Bolivia, Suriname, or Iraq. 3 very, very good to elite teams, and then there's a tomato can as the 4th. I think maybe in a prior World Cup year, this could be classified as a group of death. But since 3 teams can come out of the groups now with the 32 team knockout stage, they can all three of the good teams could end up making it out. They all need to beat up on that fourth pot four team. And then
Harder to get group of death with this new format.
Yeah,
There's
it's
just too
hard.
many teams.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like
guess the only one would be Ghana. Like, if Ghana's better than their much better than their ranking, you could have like four teams that could all be in like the top 32 in the world. Panama's 30th. That'd be
like Group C was trending. Like when Brazil got Morocco to start, I was like, ooh,
yeah, and then two.
that's going to be the group of death right there. And then they got Haiti and Scotland. It was like, all right.
Yeah.
But I did see a funny my buddy in Edinburgh, big Scottish fan, he's through the roof and very excited, sent me a little something that I thought was pretty great. It said, typical Scotland, we finally got to the World Cup and we find out we've got to play Brazil twice. First in the group and then the final. Scotland confidence is riding high with McTominay.
I love it. So just real quick, we're not going to go through every single group, but I will tell you the favorites in each group. Odds brought to you by DraftKings. Group A, Mexico plus 130 or South Korea plus 225. Group B, Switzerland plus 200, Italy plus 230. That will change. If Italy gets out of that playoff, they'll be the favorite. And then Canada's plus 275. So kind of, who knows at the top there. Group C, Brazil minus 475, the second favorite of all the teams to win their groups. Morocco plus 450. U.S. plus 150. We went through the rest of that group. Group E, Germany minus 220, and then Ecuador plus 250 is second choice. Group F, Netherlands minus 135, Japan plus 275. Group G, Belgium minus 155, Iran plus 250, and then Egypt plus 350. Three pretty good teams there. Group H, Spain minus 500, Uruguay, who I think was the third best pot 2 team, is plus 400. And then I think they have 2 tomato cans in their group too. Group I, France minus 200, Norway plus 260. So interesting that Norway is a bigger favorite than Senegal to come to win that group. Argentina leads Group J minus 370, Austria plus 400.
That might be the easiest group of all the groups. Algeria, Austria, Jordan. I feel like that is just like that's 3-0 for Argentina. Off you go.
They're not going to play a tough game in that group. Group K, Portugal minus 125, Colombia plus 200, and then Group L, England minus 450, Croatia plus 450. That seems really, I don't know. I don't get those odds of like England being you having to put $45 to win 10 against England, but if you put 10 on Croatia, you win 45. Like I feel like they should be closer together. I don't really understand that one. If the U.S.
I'm gonna put a lot of money on Morocco getting it. Okay. I feel very confident Morocco advances out of there. That's like a shoe-in.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Mexico. Well, I guess Mexico's playing at home.
It's the home.
Korea could be tough. Korea could get them for sure. I think they already did. Didn't Korea just beat them anyway in those friendlies?
Yeah, I think so. But it's a home game and it's a World Cup. So
Germany's going to beat Curacao by 45.
Oh, that's terrible. No,
that is going to be.
Yeah, no. It's some of these games like Haiti. That's tough, man. They're going to be tough.
Haiti's going to get destroyed by Brazil and Morocco.
Yeah. So
and Scotland. Scotland might do them too.
Yeah, they might.
Who is the team that plays? What is winner of playoff 1? What team is that goes into Group K with Portugal, Uzbekistan, Colombia? Is that like one of the tiny minnows?
I forget. I don't have it on my sheet right here.
Let's see. Winner playoff K. Let's see. Winner. Okay, let's see. I got it here. K. Winner of New Caledonia, Jamaica, Democratic Republic of Congo. All right. I was thinking like Uzbekistan could be a tough, kind of a semi-weird tough game. Yeah. Colombia's hard. What's that fourth one going to be? Group of death? No. New Caledonia, Jamaica, or the Congo.
Congo played decently. I don't know. All the African teams, I want to see what happens at Cup of Nations. That's going to tell me a lot about those teams. Just really quick, U.S. path to the World Cup final. If they win their group, they will play a third place finisher from B, E, F, I, or J. I'm not going to go through who those teams might be. If they come in second, though, they will play the runner up in Group G. So that would most likely be one of Belgium, Iran, or Egypt.
Okay.
If
I like that.
Just
Don't mind that.
in LA perspective, if the US wins their group, so they win Group D, then they win their round of 32 game against that third place team, and they win their round of 16 game, they will have a quarterfinal match at SoFi in Los Angeles. Yeah. So, but they'd have to win their group and then win the next two. So it's obviously a lot till that happens.
We never win our group, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna as much as optimistic as I want to be, I've watched a lot of World Cups, and we are always like 4 points.
Yeah, but like it's a home game, and like no one's better than us. Like in our the thing with our
yeah. Well, this is where now it just comes to fucking foot on the throat, stepping in and winning these games versus like playing down.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that is all I have. Before we go, we have to do our predictions for the week. But anything else you wanted to touch on before we get into that?
No, it's good that we're here and we got it. It's all out. It's all there. Obviously, it's not official until we get all the teams in there. But I mean, from our perspective,
Yeah.
if you were to look back and tell us this is who we're gonna get, we would take that all day. We avoided a lot of heavy hitters.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. Look, it's good now. Now we know we have a bunch of friendlies coming up. We know who we're going against. We can start preparing. Like, exciting. I'm pumped. I'm very pumped. And so, like, the game we're gonna go to on the 25th will be against maybe Turkey, maybe.
I'm pulling for Kosovo. I'm pulling for Kosovo.
Yeah, I want to fucking push over so that we're there for a win that lets us win the group, which gets us the quarterfinal at SoFi.
Exactly. All right, predictions.
Obviously, Australia. There's a lot of shit talking already going on with our friend Haji.
Haji.
Australia, we gotta bury them.
Yeah, fake your handicap again, Haji. All right, predictions. So I found some lines that I like, and I'm cheating a little bit because I'm going for the. These are two. I'm gonna make two of them though, so I feel like it kind of negates it. The tie is no bet on this, so I think that both Aston Villa will get a result against Arsenal, whether it be a draw or a win. But I'm gonna bet Aston Villa to win, where a tie doesn't make me lose, and then Palace on the road against Fulham. Again, tie no bet is plus 100. If you parlay those two, it is a 5-1 bet. And then if they both draw, nothing happens. If one wins and one draws, you win the odds. And then so I think Villa are at home. They're hot. I'm gonna keep betting against Arsenal because I feel like I don't trust them. They're banged up. Villa are playing well, and then Palace against Fulham. We've been talking about how much we love Palace. I love Palace. A draw doesn't hurt me in these two, so I'm going to do that. And then my goal scorer of the week is Jean-Philippe Mateta, plus 155 to get the goal that Palace will need to beat Fulham. Those are,
I'm going to go just full banter. Wolves are going to beat Man United at home for their first win of the season.
Plus 3.
And it is going to send Man United and their fan base, Goldbridge might die on camera. That's my prediction. Their Wolves are gonna win. I think they win it's 2-1 or 1-0. I'm gonna just say 2-1.
All right.
There's also this is the hedge because if I get that right, boom. If I don't, that means Bumo better have done something. Bruno better have done something. But I don't know. I feel like a team is due. They're playing at home. Short notice.
I love it.
Man United aren't that solid, so I'm going Wolves. I'm saying Wolves 2-1.
Okay. And then who's your Who's your goal scorer of the week? Someone who's going to score a goal
Goal
this week.
scorer of the
Any
week.
game, any game.
I'm gonna go just because I need him to. Voltamata against Burnley
Oh,
at home.
Voltamata against Burnley at home. It's minus 135, but it's what he wants. So that will be part of my. I'm going to do a goal scorers parlay, and then I'm going to do my prediction parlay, and then I'm going to do a third one that involves Wolves winning. I need that to be separate because that feels like a banter play, not how you truly feel. But it's a good prediction that it's kind of a hedge for you, but I love it.
I do. I think it can happen.
Look,
I mean,
look,
look, he just lost. He just tied West Ham.
It's
Like-
an anti-United bet. I'm in for it. I'm just gonna. I gotta have some kind of action where I'm not relying on Wolves to beat United, but I love it. That will do it for us this week. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the buttons down below. Again, congratulations to Mikey. I know the year didn't end how you wanted it to in San Diego, but that was an awesome first year, man. Winning the West on points and getting all the way to the conference final. We love you, and you'll come back next year even stronger, I'm sure. Yeah.
Great season. You should be coach of the year. If you're not, it's robbery. Mascherano didn't do anything but just guide the best players that he could get. That's not coaching.
Yeah.
He built a team from nothing,
Exactly.
turned them into a juggernaut. Came up short.
Yeah.
Gotta be. It's a no-brainer.
Has to be. Yeah, that would be awesome to see, man. Anyway, all right. That is going to do it for us this week. Stay tuned. We'll be back next week. Probably a different time, but it will be the same channel. So
I'm dropping Semenyo. I'm gonna drop him. I'm gonna drop him right now.
I already
I'm
did.
kicking him out.
He's out of my team. He was out. Foden was in. I have one other sub that I'm making this week, so I get my full.
You have
five
Foden, so I'm gonna get somebody new.
next week.
Semenyo's out. That's the last thing I'm gonna say. Semenyo's out.
All right. Semenyo out. Bickle out. Schwartz out. See you next week.